Your Excellency, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, President Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, President of the Sovereign Council of Sudan and the Chairperson of IGAD, Honorable Major General Albert Murasira, Minister of Defense and Head of the Delegation of the Republic of Rwanda, Dr. Abraham Belay, Minister of Defense and Head of Delegation of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, General Sidki Subhi Said Ahmed, Assistant to the President on Defense Affairs and Head of the Delegation of the Arab Republic of Egypt, Ambassador Dr. John Stephen, Tanzanian Ambassador to South Sudan, Excellency Dr. Yegmachar Teng, First Vice President of the Republic of South Sudan, Excellencies Vice Presidents of the Republic of South Sudan, Right Honorable Speaker of the revitalized Transitional National Legislative Assembly, Right Honorable Speaker of revitalized Council of States, Chief Justice of the Judiciary of the Republic of South Sudan, Presidential Advisors, representatives of the African Union, IGAD, RGMEC, UNAMIS, and diplomatic corps, the people of our country, wherever they may be. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, on this very important day in our history of building South Sudan as a new country, I would first want to welcome and appreciate our high-level guests and delegations from our friendly regional countries. I welcome President Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, President of the Sovereign Council of Sudan and the Chairperson of the IGAD. I also welcome His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Major General Albert Murasira, Minister of Defense and Head of the Delegation of the Republic of Rwanda, Honorable Dr. Abraham Belay, Minister of Defense and Head of the Delegation of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Honorable Major General Khalid Megawe, and Head of Delegation of the Arab Republic of Egypt. You are all welcome, and thank you very much for honoring our invitation for this important event. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is almost 4 years since we signed the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan. Out of all the chapters of the agreement, the graduation of the unified forces under Chapter 2 has been the most challenging and yet the most important. The cadets we are going to graduate in this phase are 52,000 in total. We are graduating them in phases because the training centers are widespread across the country, and it is difficult to access some of them because of the floods. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the batch we are graduating now are the cadets in training centers in parts of the greater Equatoria. The graduation of the other cadets in Greater Bahr al-Ghazal and Greater Upper Nile, respectively, will follow. I take this opportunity to thank the cadets who are being graduated today and those who will subsequently will be graduated. I know that you have suffered for over 2 years awaiting for graduation, but I thank you for the patience and tolerance. What you have done, we have gone through, is part of the struggle for the freedom and independence of our people and country. I hope that your sufferings gave you also strengthened, have also strengthened you and your resolve to defend your country and protect your people. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, getting freedom for our people and independence for South Sudan has been very difficult and expensive. Generations and generations of our people started the struggle as early as 1947. I am one of those who survived it all, joining the Anyanya One movement in 1967, right through the SPLM, the Sudan People's Liberation Movement and Army, to this day. Only our generation managed to finish the aspiration of our people for freedom and independence on the 9th of July 2011 through the exercise of the right of self-determination, which was contained in the CPA 2005. Fortunately, we lost track of this important mission by engaging in unnecessary internal conflict in December 2013 and July 2016. That mistake has cost us dearly, including economic destruction, to the extent that we could not pay for some critical needs to implement the agreement. Now that we have realized our mistake, signed the revitalized agreement on the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan in September 2018, and the roadmap for peaceful and democratic end to the transitional period of the agreement on 3rd August 2022. We must commit to help our people by working hard and honestly to establish our country and provide services to our long-suffering people. On that note, I thank the parties to the agreement for their cooperation and for building a trust amongst us. Reducing the trust deficit after such a brutal internal war has never been easy. But I thank God we have slowly been able to work on it, and we have made substantial improvement. It is our ability to reduce the trust gap that has brought us to this day. Once again, my brothers and sisters, I thank you all, and I encourage all of us to continue with that spirit. The graduating cadets, fellow countrymen and women, to cadets, from today, you are not the military wing of any of the parties to the conflict. You are now the first national security sector organs of the Republic of South Sudan. And as the President of the Republic, I am your Commander-in-Chief. If your Commander-in-Chief was the chairperson of the SPLA-IO, Dr. Riek Machar, or Hussein Abdel-Baghi, or any other unknown Commander-in-Chief, they are no more your Commander-in-Chiefs today. I am the only Commander-in-Chief. And you will be taking instructions from me personally. Now you belong to the Republic of South Sudan and its people. You must refrain from being a member of any political party, and you must never consider yourself a soldier of any ethnic group. It is your duty. It is your duty to treat all South Sudanese equally and in justice and equality. Those who will be found to discriminate against some of our people will be dismissed from the forces and face the full force of law. The army is there to defend South Sudan from external aggression. The national security is to collect intelligence to ensure that there is no danger against South Sudan. Those in the police are there to protect our people and their properties. The prison, wildlife, and civil defense are there to carry out their duties in accordance with their relevant laws, rules, and regulations. While we are graduating you, we have in mind the Disarmament, Demobilization, and Rehabilitation Commission DDRC. It is an important commission, and we are going to make sure that it is empowered so that it performs its duties, its duties according to the strategic plan. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we will work with our brothers and sisters in the region and the continent for you to be properly trained and become a professional in your work. A professional security sector will make South Sudan a standard UN member state that has the attributes of secure environment for its people, realizing socio-economic development, efficient delivery of services to its people, respect for human rights, and engaging in infrastructure development nationwide. We want our people to elect their leaders 24 months from now, as defined in the roadmap for peaceful and democratic elections. That cannot happen if our security sector is not professional. All of you must take note of what I have mentioned in this paragraph, because these are critical points. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I know that some of our partners have lost trust in us because we have not met the deadlines in the agreement. People judge us without taking stock of the underlying reality that has made us delay in the implementation of some of the provisions of the agreement. Nevertheless, I want to say here that we are determined to implement the remaining parts of the agreement through the roadmap which was agreed to by the parties to the agreement on 3rd of August 2022. We want our people to elect their own leaders and transform South Sudan into a secure, peaceful, and democratic country. I have said many times that I will never take South Sudan back to war again. And I'm repeating it today, that you are now being graduated here is not that we are going back to war. If you have such a thinking in your mind, or some of your commanders are telling you that you are being trained to go back to war, it will never happen. And I must tell you, I call upon my brothers and sisters to join me in this mission and to accept democracy as the only way to get power. Our people have suffered enough, and we must never make it worse for them. than it is already. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, for you, the graduating cadets, it is your duty to defend South Sudan against anybody who would want to take power from the people by force, in contradiction of the Constitution and the law. It is your responsibility to defend the flag of our country. Yeah. The flag. It is your responsibility to defend the flag of our country with all its colors and the meaning attached to each of them. That is why you must never be a member of any political party, and you must consider yourself South Sudanese in carrying out your duty, not a soldier of an ethnic group. I call upon the whole-out groups to return home and join us in the peacemaking. We do not want rebels in our country. We want to disarm our civilians so that we combat community violence, eradicate cattle rustling, improve local security, and end gender-based sexual violence and intercommunal fighting. There is nothing which we cannot solve. We are committed to the San Egidio Rome framework, and we encourage all of you to also take it seriously so that all of us participate in building our country together as people of one nation. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, allow me to appreciate Honorable Tut Galwak in his capacity as the chairperson of the Peace Implementation High-Level Standing Committee, Dr. Martin Elia Lumoro, Minister of Cabinet Affairs, and the Secretary General of the committee, and all the members of the committee for their dedication to implement the agreement and for exercising collective responsibility. Finally, let me again welcome our high-level delegation from different countries of our region, and thank you all for listening to me. I wish those of you who are living, who will return to their capitals, a safe journey back home, and those who will stay with us overnight, a joyful stay. Thank you once more, and God bless all of you, and God bless South Sudan.